We totally got sidetracked.
Yeah. It's okay.
How do we bring it back?
It's okay. Figure it out.
The company uses lighting.
Can't change it now.
Yeah. What? Yeah. The open window.
And it was good.
No.
One more?
I don't know. Yeah. What else?
Maybe.
Now, what are you talking about?
How crazy do I go?
Oh, wait. What do you mean? Like about this stuff?
Yeah, anything. All of it.
Yeah. Ah!
It's okay to be vague.
Okay.
It's okay to be vague. It's good. That was actually pretty good.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Yo, the date, July 10th, 2022. It is the day in which my fiance Alexis Kowalsky was born. Sometimes I forget that I don't need to make videos for you guys, things that you want to listen to and watch. Sometimes I want to make videos about the things that I want to talk about. And today, I want to talk about Alexis. It's her birthday, the one I love. She's the one I've chosen to live the rest of my life with. She's the one who asked me to live the rest of her life with her, which is actually pretty cool. She asked me on freaking Christmas. We are, without a doubt, the most unique couple that I know. Probably not the most unique couple in the world, but there are not very many people I know where the female asked the male to marry them. I said yes. There wasn't like a second's hesitation. I didn't feel bad about it. There wasn't like, oh, don't you want to be the one to ask her? Like, no, I think it's incredible that she asked me. I think that it almost goes to say a lot about our relationship that she was the one to ask me to do something. She has driven me to do so much in my freaking life. I'm sitting behind this computer screen making a video with upwards of 16,000 people who follow my channel now listening. I would have to say almost entirely because of her. And if it weren't for her, I wouldn't be doing this. I would be doing something else. It's because of her that she brings me up to a new level to try to do new things. It's almost one of those, I'm always trying to make her proud of me. I'm always trying to do something to make her like excited and happy and think that, oh, you're so fucking cool. And for a long time it was, I wanted to be the best, highest level CrossFitter in the world. Now I want to see how much of an impact I can make in the CrossFit community because it's a thing that I care a lot about. And she's also very, very heavily invested in the CrossFit community. And she'll tell you that she doesn't give a shit. Like, whatever. I love you no matter what. And I know I believe her, but there's always like that little tick in me that's driving me to do more and more and more. And I knew that from the second that I saw her way back in 2015. She wandered into the CrossFit gym. I was co-owner of the CrossFit gym, standing on the other side of the room. I saw her walk in, and it's that love at first sight thing. You see her and you freaking know. It's like, that's the one for me. And then you fast forward, what was it, like 7 years, and she asked me to marry her. It's just super freaking cool. When that happened, her walking through the door, I remember I was talking to her. I found out that she had a boyfriend. She was on and off with this guy. She had been with him for a long time. I had to wait for her. I had to wait upwards of 3 to 4 years. She'll tell you that I didn't do that good of a job waiting because I was kind of doing my own thing. Like, you didn't really wait for me. I'm like, well, I was waiting for you until you were available. And everyone's got some sort of a story like that. Our first date was on one of their breaks. I remember we went and saw 50 Shades of Grey.
It's just beyond this door.
What is?
My playroom.
Like your Xbox and stuff?
It's important that you know you can leave at any time.
Why? What's in there? Oh my god.
It was pretty funny. We saw 50 Shades of Grey on our first date. And that was in 2016. So when people ask, I say that we've been together for 6+ years. But in all reality, it's been about 3.5 or 4 years. I believe our 4-year anniversary just passed. In this amount of time, some incredible crap has happened. And for the things that you guys might be interested in, one of the coolest things about Alexis is
this is how we do it.
That when she walked into the CrossFit gym, she was this rail thin, never lifted a weight in her life, hasn't done any sports female. I've encountered a handful of these in my life, and I have a very distinct picture of another athlete from my affiliate back in the day who had 35 years under her belt of doing absolutely nothing, and then she transformed into one of the highest level athletes in the gym. Not just for her age group, which was she turned into like 39, 40 years old, so a master's athlete, but she was one of the highest level athletes in general. It was incredible considering she had literally literally done nothing her entire life up to the age of 35, 36. And in a matter of 2 or 3 years, she was competing with the freaking people on the regional team for my affiliate. It was super awesome, which always gives me a little bit of the perspective, which is some people are born to be fucking awesome at things. And it's always a shame when people don't express that awesomeness. They're always saying, oh, if I could have done that, I could have done that. You never know unless you do it. And in the case of this 35, 40-year-old athlete and Alexis, it wasn't until she wandered into the CrossFit gym and was exposed to weightlifting and endurance training and everything that CrossFit has to offer that she really saw what could come from her body. So I would always say she would have been a super good softball athlete, swimmer, gymnast, whatever she would have fucking chosen, maybe a soccer player, who knows, because she was meant to be something special. You watch her move, she moves awesome. I made a little quirky joke about that in one of my videos. It was one of the things that was super attractive to me. And that's really weird, right? The no rep guy, the guy who likes to watch movement more than anybody else, found one of Alexis's most attractive qualities, her quality of movement. Really weird, right? But she went from somebody who had zero muscle on her, I'm not kidding, like this much muscle, to somebody who had now has a lifetime snatch PR, but I think it's 180 pounds. She hit a 275 back squat and that sort of shit. Parallels almost exactly with the 35 to 40-year-old athlete, where there was nothing, and when you expose them to the stimulus that drives the adaptation, the body responds to it. It wasn't quick by any means, and it wasn't easy at all. One of the best things that Alexis did was she would go to school, because she was still in college when we met. She was on like a winter break when she came into the gym, and she would do CrossFit when she was in town, which was, I don't know, 4 or so months out of the year. But when she was over in college, she would do a lot of weightlifting. She joined the weightlifting team that she was a part of, and that ingrained a lot of even healthier movement patterns because exposure to it. In CrossFit gyms, especially in the group training classes that you'll go through, you'll snatch maybe once or twice a week. You'll clean and jerk maybe once or twice a week. When you're on the Olympic weightlifting team in the college setting, you'll do the snatch and the clean and jerk essentially every single time you wander into the gym. So it really expedites that curve. And Alexis has very, very good Olympic weightlifting movement. I would say almost just from the exposure. Maybe she had some good coaches up there, but I am a very firm believer that the more often you do something, the better your body learns how to do it in general. That is, as long as you're doing it with a purpose. So she went on her first day of me teaching her how to snatch, falling over with the PVC pipe, and then falling over with the barbell, and then falling over with 55 pounds, all the way up to hitting a 180-pound snatch. Very super cool. She went from wanting to compete in the scaled competition, so her and I did this scaled competition together. I believe it was about 2016. I was the high-level athlete, and she was the scaled athlete, and you kind of paired up and just had a fun time about it. All the way up until just this past year, we were going to be on a team in which we thought had a chance at qualifying for the CrossFit Games. They were with our buddies Rachel and Blair, and my freaking elbow kept that from coming to fruition. I couldn't freaking function anymore. That never felt really good to me because I felt like I was taking something away from her and her process. And when that was no longer a thing, it really drove me even harder into doing the internet thing because it was the thing that I could do, and I could do it as hard as I wanted to freaking do it. The biggest thing to take away from the Alexis story is that it wasn't easy. She puts more time and effort into it than a lot of people, and I've seen every bit of time and effort that's put into it. And in the levels of importance and things in her life, once she found out that she liked CrossFit, it was something that she was into, and it made her feel good. It made her feel good about herself. She looked forward to it every day. It was almost top priority. It was like, all right, when is work, when is sleep, and when can I make it into the gym for my hour and a half or so that I wanted to be there? I always programmed some accessory work. That was a priority. Even if it wasn't that she was doing, she wanted to spend some time stretching or working on her handstands or working on her muscle ups. She went from somebody who not only could snatch nothing to 185, but she couldn't do a pull-up because she was literally sticking bones walking into the gym. She couldn't do a strict pull-up, couldn't do a kipping pull-up, all the way to, I remember her first muscle up. I remember now that she can do somewhere between 7 and 8 unbroken ring muscle ups. It's all cool shit. It's the part of the thing that a lot of people like CrossFit for. You can get to wherever you want to be depending on how much work you want to put into it. It might have taken 4, 5, 6, 7 years to do that, but it still happens. Nothing worth having is easy. And then the other thing that I want to bring up with Alexis in relation to her birthday, because again, I want to make sure that everyone watching this isn't just hearing, Andrew Mumbo Jumbo trying to, pump himself up for his fiance on her birthday with a video, blah, 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 blah. I made a workout for her. Everyone's seen the birthday workouts in relation to CrossFit. I did this last year. I have an issue with birthday workouts because if you're at an affiliate and you make one for one person, then you got to make one for another person, then you got to make one for another person, then all of a sudden you've got to make one for every single member of the gym. If you have 150 members of the gym, like more than a third of the year is being taken up doing birthday workouts. How are you ever never going to program and periodize anything. And then what happens? Let's hope by the grace of God that you don't forget to write one person a birthday workout, because then all of a sudden you're fucked. I've always had a hard time writing birthday workouts, and it wasn't until last year that I finally wrote Alexis one. Some of them I look at and they look like complete madness, and somebody might be watching and looking at this workout and thinking that it's complete madness. But when I look at it, I see it as 70 power cleans, I see it as 134 wall balls, I see it as 665 double unders, and then there's the 26 bar muscle ups, of course, on the back end, which was her age when I made the workout. So 7/10/1995 is where those numbers came from, with the 26 bar muscle up buyout. Everybody has their own creative ways about those things, but when I look at it, if I were to plug it into a week, it would hopefully be on a day where I was trying to hit the goal time, which I usually put in there. This one is 26 to 35 minutes, so I wanted to be in the longer time domain. I would want to make sure that when you look at the weights on the power cleans that you would be using, you could of course do the final barbell. And if you couldn't do the final barbell, you would have a plan to say, maybe I'll do 2 sets of 10 here, 2 sets of 10 here, 2 sets of 10 here, and a final set of 10 here, with something that I feasibly could use. When you look at the wall balls, say, hey, have I ever done Karen before? When you look at the double unders, can you do those every single round in under a minute and a half? Could you possibly go unbroken every single round? If not, maybe you need to do less double unders. And then of course on the bar muscle ups in the end, I always think that a good sub for a bar muscle up is a burpee pull up, because you have both the push and the pull that happens when you do the bar muscle up. When I was writing this, there was a purpose to it. I plugged it in over the course of the weekend this week so that Alexis can see it if she wants to readdress it again. It is a benchmark workout for people on their birthdays. In the past, I have written workouts for people so that they can do them on their birthdays if they like. Usually they have things in them that they do enjoy. That's how I've always thought possibly Dave Castro and whomever writes them at CrossFit writes the hero workouts. They're things that people are known for. This person liked bench press, this person liked heavy weights, this person liked step ups. Murph, he did this workout every single day, so now you call it Murph. So I call this workout Al. A whole bunch of movements she likes: heavy power cleans, double unders, bar muscle ups. The bar muscle ups are in there because it's something she had to work very hard to get to, and it's just working well with the flow of the numbers and the whole workout. So takeaways from this video is it's always cool, and I'm sure you know those people in your life. Maybe you're very closely related to or engaged to one of them yourself, where you see where they started and now this is where they are. Maybe they went the other way. Maybe they were very overweight and then they got themselves into great shape, and it doesn't happen overnight. And maybe you've seen every step of that process where they go bit by bit by bit, and every couple of weeks maybe they lose a couple of pounds, and they do it over a long time span. In Alexis's case, she did it over a long time span where she went up and up and up, and then she turned into a freaking monster. Somebody who to this day will never let me forget that she beat me on 20.4, that workout with all the pistols and the clean and jerks, and I still to this day can't get a clean and jerk on that final barbell. I think she got a couple, if not finished that workout. When she did that, it was like awesome, super cool. You went from the person who couldn't do shit on your first day to the person who now beat me on an open workout, and it wasn't like I wasn't trying, and it's not like I haven't tried since. I still can't fucking get a number in which she was beating me with, and it drives me fucking crazy. But it's cool, and I'm proud of her, and I'm proud of her for her business, and I'm proud of her for trying, and I'm proud of her for everything that she's done in relation to her fitness life. And we're gonna do this marriage thing whenever life calms down for us and whenever we have more than 10 seconds to spend with one another, but we know we ain't going anywhere. Alexis, I love you. Happy birthday. You probably won't see this thing until like you're going to bed, but whatever. Andrew Hiller, out.